ఇంటర్మీడియట్ విద్యారంగంలో అగ్రగామి మన ఎన్ఎస్ఆర్ ఇంపల్స్ ఎడ్యుకేషన్ ఇన్స్టిట్యూషన్. ఐఐటి, జేఈఈ అయినా, నీట్ అయినా తిరుగులేని విద్యా సంస్థ ఎన్ఎస్ఆర్ ఇంపల్స్.
Good morning to all. Today, let us discuss about the significance of hydrogen bond. That means how hydrogen bond influences different factors or different parameters or different properties of compounds. That we have to discuss now. And here, hydrogen bond influences the physical state of substance. Hydrogen bond influences the physical state of substance. And second one, hydrogen bond influences the melting points and boiling points of substances. And hydrogen bond influences the volatility of substances. Hydrogen bond influences the solubility of substances. Solubility of substances. And here, these are all some of the important features that are affected by, some of the important properties that are affected by the presence of hydrogen bond. And here, what about the influence of the hydrogen bond on the physical state of the substance? How the physical state of the substance is influenced by the hydrogen bond? By the presence of hydrogen bond, the physical state of substance may be varies from vapor state to liquid state. Vapor state to liquid state. And the liquid may changes to solid state also. Here the best example. Let us consider water. Let us consider water. Okay. Here we can observe water in three different phases. What are they? Water vapor, liquid water, and ice. Okay. In water vapor, the number of hydrogen bonds is equal to zero. Here in water vapor, the water molecules are existed independently or individually in the form of individual molecules. So, here the water molecule or the water is existed in the form of gaseous state, vapor state. Whereas in case of liquid water, the number of hydrogen bonds is equal to 3. Means what? Each water molecule has 3 hydrogen bonds. 3 hydrogen bonds. And the molecules are come closer with each other. They come closer with each other, and same time here the density of liquid water is more than that of ice. Okay. The density of the liquid water is more than that of the density of ice. And here in ice, each water molecule is surrounded by 4 hydrogen bonds. 1, 2, 3, 4. And in ice, each water molecule is surrounded by 4 other water molecules, and each water molecule having the number of hydrogen bonds equal to 4. As a result of the 4 hydrogen bonds around each water molecule, here there is a large intermolecular space appeared between the molecules. As a result of that, each and every water molecule is three-dimensionally arranged and finally that appear like a cage-like structure. That is nothing but three-dimensional tetrahedral structure. The molecules are far apart with each other. There is a large intermolecular space is present. As a result of that, density is less than water. So here the number of hydrogen bonds in vapor state is equal to 0, liquid state is equal to 3 and solid state is equal to 4. With increase of number of hydrogen bonds, here the physical state gradually changes and the density is affected and the structure is also varies. Okay. When the solid is subjected to the heating, that is nothing but melting. And here this is at 0 degree centigrade, this is at 100 degree centigrade, equilibrium. When the water is subjected to the heating at 4 degrees centigrade, one of the 4 hydrogen bond undergo breaking and the molecules are come closer with each other. As a result of that, the number of water molecules per unit volume increases. Got this point? I am repeating once again. Here, this is the different physical states of water: vapor state, liquid state, solid state. Here, the solid and liquids are existed in the equilibrium at 0 degrees centigrade. Liquid and vapors are existed in the equilibrium at 100 degrees centigrade. And here the number of hydrogen bonds per each water molecule in ice is equal to 4. When you are subjecting this ice to the melting, or as the temperature increases from 0 degrees centigrade to so on, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, so on. Here one of the 4 hydrogen bonds undergo breaking and the solid ice is converted into liquid state. And same time, due to breaking of one of the hydrogen bond, the molecules are come closer with each other. As a result of that, the number of water molecules per unit area increases. Means, what is the molecular mass of each water molecule? 18 grams. Therefore, number of water molecules per unit area increases. Means mass per unit area increases. Automatically density increases. Therefore, the density of the liquid water is more than that of ice. And density of ice is less than that of water. Reason is breaking of hydrogen bond. Means by the breaking of hydrogen bond, physical state varies and same time the density is also affected. This is about the influence of physical state of substances. Okay. Let us consider another example. This is example 1 and this is example 2. And here I have taken 50A group hydrides. 50A group hydrides or 60A group hydrides, no problem. What are they? Water, H2S, H2SE, H2TE. And here molecular weight of water is equal to 18 grams. Molecular weight of H2S is equal to 32 plus 2, 34 grams. Molecular weight of that means hydrogen selenide. Hydrogen selenide is equal to near about 84 grams. And here molecular weight of H2Te, hydrogen telluride, is greater than that of H2Se, hydrogen selenide. Water, H2S, and hydrogen selenide, hydrogen telluride. Here the molecular weight gradually increases. And here van der Waals forces are directly proportional to molecular mass. So with increase of molecular mass, the physical state changes from vapor state to solid state or liquid state. Okay. Here water has lower molecular weight. Okay. And H2S, H2Se, H2Te, molecular weight increases. Here H2Se is a gas. Hydrogen selenide is also gas. Hydrogen telluride is a liquid. With increase of the molecular mass or molecular weight, here the physical state gradually changes from gas to liquid. Okay. When compared with the hydrogen telluride, water has a lower molecular mass, only 18 grams. Here H2S is a gas. Then based on the molecular mass and also van der Waals forces, here water should be adjusted in the form of gas only. That should be adjusted in the gaseous state at room temperature, isn't it? Why? Due to lower molecular mass. Okay, molecular mass is low. Then what happened? Van der Waals forces are weaker. Okay, van der Waals forces are also weaker. Then what happened? Molecules are far apart with each other. Okay, molecules are far apart with each other. Then what happened? Automatically the physical state changes to gaseous state. These are all the interlinked. So based on the molecular mass, here the water should be adjusted in the gaseous state, but instead of that, at room temperature, here water adjusted in the form of liquid. Why? Due to presence of intermolecular hydrogen bond. Intermolecular hydrogen bond. Same thing has happened to ammonia also in 5th year group hydrides. Same thing to happen to 7th year group hydride HF also. This is about the influence of hydrogen bond over the physical state. This is the explanation. Example 1, example 2. Right. Next one. How melting points and boiling points are influences. How the melting points and boiling points are influenced by hydrogen bonds. Before going to discuss about the influence of hydrogen bonds over melting points and boiling points, we have to write some relations. What are they? Molecular mass directly proportional to van der Waals forces. And next one, here boiling point directly proportional to volatility. Boiling point directly proportional to 1 by volatility. And molecular mass directly proportional to van der Waals forces. You have to remember these relations. Okay. Here first I would like to take 5th A group hydrides. Okay. Before that 4th A group hydrides. What are they? Carbon, silicon, germanium, tin. Hydrides means CH4, SiH4, GeH4, SnH4. Here carbon 12 grams and 4 grams of hydrogen, totally 16 grams molecular mass. Silanes, silicon molecular atomic weight 28 grams. 28 plus 4, 32 grams. And germanium 32, near about 65. 65 plus 4, 69 grams. Tin, 108, 108 plus 4, 112 grams. This is about the molecular weights of hydrides of fourth year group elements. But here, among all the four compounds, among all the four hydrides or compounds, no one can form hydrogen bond between the molecules. So, we have no need to think different. We should depend upon, or we should go through only the molecular mass. Greater the molecular mass, greater the van der Waals forces. Greater the van der Waals forces, greater will be the boiling point. So, here the van der Waals forces are there. CH4, SiH4, GeH4 and SnH4. Okay, then what about the boiling point order? Same order boiling point. SiH4, GeH4 and SnH4. Molecular mass gradually increases from methane to tin hydride, and here molecular weight directly proportional to van der Waals force, same. Van der Waals force is directly proportional to boiling point, same. This is the order of the boiling points. There is no deviation, there is no exception observed in this order of boiling point. There is no deviation, there is no specialty in this. Okay. So, commonly known as nicogens. Why they are represented as nicogens? And here, the fifth year group elements are commonly represented as nectides. What is the meaning of nectides? The elements which are forming poisonous foul-smelled hydrides are known as nectides, and that hydrides are commonly known as nicogens. The elements which are producing poisonous foul-smelled compounds are known as nectides, and they are also commonly known as nicogens. Okay, here what are the fifth year group hydrides? Ammonia, phosphine, arsine, stibine and bismuthine. Here molecular weight of ammonia is equal to 17 grams. Phosphine is equal to 34 grams. Okay. And arsine is equal to 35 grams. 35 plus 3. 74 grams. And stibine is equal to near about this is 108 grams. And bismuthine is also greater than this one. Bismuthine 83 near about 154 plus 157 grams. Take for example. And this is about the order of the molecular weights. Order of molecular weights. Molecular weights gradually increases from ammonia to bismuthine. Ammonia to bismuthine. And here molecular mass directly proportional to van der Waals forces. So, van der Waals forces should be in the same order. Van der Waals forces are also following the same. No problem. And then here boiling points. Boiling points are also should be in the same order. If you are expected the boiling points based on this relation, here this is the order of molecular mass, this is the order of van der Waals force, this is the order of boiling point, just like fourth year group hydrides. But here the order of the boiling points expected is NH3, PH3, ASH3, SBH3 and BiH3. This is the expected order. Okay, forget about the bismuth hydride, that is a solid. Okay, up to step n, here they are adjusted in the liquids. And here, this is the expected order among the hydrates of the 50th group elements. NH3 less than, PH3 less than, ASH3 less than, SPH3. Okay, but the experimental result reveals that here the order of boiling point is PH3 less than, ASH3 less than, NH3 less than, SbH3. Why the expected order is deviated? What is the reason for that? Here, simply the reason is intermolecular hydrogen bonds. Intermolecular hydrogen bonds. In ammonia, the molecules are held with each other. Here, the molecules are held with each other through intermolecular hydrogen bonds. Intermolecular hydrogen bonds. The molecules are held with each other through intermolecular hydrogen bonds. Okay, due to intermolecular hydrogen bond, the order of the boiling point is deviated. Then, here the order of volatility is quite reverse. Here the most order of volatility is quite reverse. Most volatile PH3, ASH3, NH3 and SbH3. Least volatile is SbH3, most volatile is PH3. And in the case of 7th group hydrides and 6th group hydrides also following the same. What about the 6th group hydrides? Here, in case of 6th group hydrides, water, H2S, H2SE, H2TE. Based on the molecular weight increases. Okay. Therefore, van der Waals forces increases. Then, what about the boiling point? Should be increases as per the expected increases. But practically or experimentally, the order is H2S, H2SE, H2TE, H2O. This is the order. What is the most volatile 6th group hydride? H2S. It has the lowest boiling point and highly volatile. What is that? H2S. When compared with H2S, water has a high boiling point and least volatile. Means what? Here the presence of, what is the reason for this? The presence of intermolecular hydrogen bond. So, the presence of intermolecular hydrogen bonds among the molecules changes their physical state as well as melting points and boiling points, and same time they are intermolecular hydrogen bond influences their volatility also. And next one, solubility. What about the solubility of glucose, solubility of water and solubility of other compounds like paranitrophenol and orthonitrophenol, etc. And here at very beginning I have given one of the important statement. What is that? Alcohol miscible with water or alcohol is readily soluble in the water because by the formation of intermolecular hydrogen bonds with the water molecule, here alcohol is readily miscible or readily soluble in the water. Right. But here, in earlier classes, in the chapter solutions, I think you already came across an important statement. That is, like dissolves like. like dissolves like. What is the meaning of like dissolves like? Here, polar substances soluble in only polar solvents. Example, sodium chloride. This is an ionic compound, polar. Here the sodium chloride is soluble in water. Why? This is the polar solvent. And sodium chloride is insoluble in kerosene. What is the reason for that? Kerosene is a non-polar solvent. Kerosene is a non-polar solvent. So, here sodium chloride is a polar substance and kerosene is a non-polar solvent. So, sodium chloride is insoluble in the water, but sodium chloride soluble in the water. Why? Both are polar. In the same way, let us consider naphthalene balls. And here, naphthalene is a non-polar substance as well as that is an organic substance. That is a covalent substance, right? And here organic substances or covalent substances or non-polar substances are insoluble in water. Why? Water is polar, naphthalene is non-polar. Same naphthalene is added to kerosene. This is also non-polar solvent. Then here naphthalene balls are readily soluble in the kerosene. Naphthalene balls are readily soluble in the kerosene. Why? Both are non-polar. Means non-polar substances are dissolved in only non-polar solvents. Polar substances dissolved in only polar solvents. Non-polar substances dissolved in only non-polar solvents. Examples are already given. But a polar substance never dissolved in non-polar solvent and a non-polar substance never dissolved in polar solvents. Why? What is the reason for that? Simple reason. First one, similarity in the molecular atmosphere. Similarity in the molecular atmosphere. Second one, presence of or formation of intermolecular hydrogen bonds. Best example. Let us consider for this, I will give an example. What is that? Let us consider glucose. Let us consider glucose. What is the molecular formula of glucose? C6H12O6. And here what are the elements that are present or what are the atoms that are present in glucose? Carbon, hydrogen, oxygen. So, this is an organic substance. Okay. And this is an example of covalent substance. Okay. And this is an example of non-polar substance. Okay, that is also okay. Organic substance, covalent substance, non-polar substance. Non-polar substance, right. What about the structure? Here this is the structure of glucose. One, two, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 carbon atoms, hydrogens 12, oxygen 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Right. What are the functional groups that are present in glucose? First one, first carbon CHO. Here this is aldehyde group. This is aldehyde group. And here the second one is hydroxyl group, means alcoholic groups. 2 types of functional groups are present. This is about the molecular atmosphere. When glucose is added to water, here this is a polar solvent. It dissolves most of the substances, so this is also known as universal solvent. What about the structure of water? H and OH. H2O. Here glucose is an organic substance, glucose is a covalent substance, glucose is a non-polar substance. Okay, these are the functional groups that are present in the glucose, right? According to the previous statements or according to the concept of like dissolves like, when a non-polar substance is added to polar solvent, here glucose should not be dissolved. Glucose should not be dissolved, or glucose should be less soluble in the water. Instead of that, when you are adding glucose to water, here readily soluble. Why? What is the reason for that? Reason 1, molecular similarity or similarity in the molecular atmosphere, molecular similarity. Second one, formation of intermolecular hydrogen bonds. Formation of intermolecular hydrogen bonds between the OH groups of water and glucose. Due to molecular similarity and due to the formation of intermolecular hydrogen bond between the OH groups of water and glucose, here the glucose is readily soluble in the water. This is about the influence of formation of hydrogen bonds on the solubility of substance. Okay. Next, second example. What about the second example? Here, the examples are the statements which are given by me now are very, very important for objective questions. Statement 1. Statement 1. Paranitrophenol is more soluble in water than ortho. Next, statement 2. Paranitrophenol forming intermolecular hydrogen bonds with water molecules. Statement 1. Paranitrophenol is more soluble in water than ortho. First you have to think about the paranitrophenol. This is paranitrophenol. Paranitrophenol is more soluble than orthonitrophenol. What is orthonitrophenol? Here, this is orthonitrophenol. Orthonitrophenol. Okay? Here, paranitrophenol is more soluble than orthonitrophenol. Here, the reason is paranitrophenol forming intermolecular hydrogen bonds with water molecules. That is correct. That is correct. Here, due to formation of intermolecular hydrogen bonds with water molecules, paranitrophenol is readily soluble in the water. But in case of orthonitrophenol, the solubility is very less. Why? Due to presence of intramolecular hydrogen bonds. Intramolecular hydrogen bonds. This is first model. This is model 1. Next, what about the second model? Second model. Orthonitrophenol is less soluble in water. Orthonitrophenol is less soluble in the water. Here. Orthonitrophenol forming intermolecular hydrogen bonds with water. Now think about this one. Forget about this one. First model over. Second model. Model 2. What is the statement? Orthonitrophenol is less soluble in the water. Correct. This is correct. Reason, orthonitrophenol forming intermolecular hydrogen bonds with water. That is wrong. Why? Here orthonitrophenol forming intramolecular hydrogen bonds with water, but not orthonitrophenol forming intramolecular hydrogen bond. As a result of that is less soluble in the water. No chance to form intermolecular hydrogen bonds with water molecules. Why? Here the hydrogen, which is partially positively charged, already locked in the molecule itself. There is no chance to form intermolecular hydrogen bond. Means here this one. There is no chance to form intermolecular hydrogen bond with water molecules. Therefore, orthonitrophenol is less soluble and paranitrophenol is more soluble in the water. Next, orthonitrophenol forming intermolecular hydrogen bond is wrong. That forms intramolecular hydrogen bond. Okay. Next. Next one. Perchloric acid, sulfuric acid, hydrogen peroxide. Perchloric acid, sulfuric acid, hydrogen peroxide are viscous, oily liquids. Reason. What is the reason for this? Simple reason, common reason, due to presence of intermolecular hydrogen bonds. Look at here. Perchloric acid, here the molecules are bonded with each other through intermolecular hydrogen bonds. So, here it is existed in the form of viscous oily liquid. Second one, sulfuric acid. And hydrogen peroxide. Six hydrogen bonds are formed by hydrogen peroxide molecule. Due to presence of intermolecular hydrogen bonds, here perchloric acid, sulfuric acid and hydrogen peroxides are existed in the form of viscous oily liquids. And next one. In hydrated coordination complexes, the water molecules are bonded with the anion through intermolecular hydrogen bond, that is copper sulfate pentahydrate. copper, and here water molecule, water molecule, water molecule. These are dative bonds, 2 plus SO4 plus minus. Here there are two intermolecular hydrogen bonds between the fifth water molecule. Here totally 5 water molecules are there. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 water molecules are bonded with copper ion through dative bonds. But fifth water molecule bonded with anion through 2 intermolecular hydrogen bonds. Means the reason for the formation of the hydrated salts or hydrated coordination complexes is the formation of intermolecular hydrogen bonds. And there is another important point is also there, that is, in DNA, the nucleotides are bonded with each other through hydrogen bonds. In DNA, the nucleotides are bonded with each other through hydrogen bonds. What are the bases that are present in the nucleotides? Adenine, guanine, thymine, cytosine. Here adenine and thymine and guanine and cytosine are bonded with each other through. These two are the bases of this nucleotide. These two are the bases of another nucleotide. Here they are bonded with each other through the intermolecular hydrogen bonds. Here this is about some of the important applications as well as consequences of the hydrogen bond. And this is about the chapter chemical bond. But here there is an important topic, an important concept left in the chapter, that is resonance. In this chapter there is another topic was given, that is resonance. Actually, I will not give the information related to resonance. Why? Here in the organic chemistry, once again the same topic will be repeated. Then I will give the total detail that are related to the concept of resonance, because here if I give the information, if I will give the information in this chapter, once again I have to give completely or totally in the organic chemistry. It is better to give the concept in the chapter organic chemistry, because this is one of the important factors there and lot of importance in the chapter organic chemistry. But here that is a nominal or regular topic. Okay, in order to create some intensity for the topic resonance, I will give that in organic chemistry instead of chemical bond. Okay, this is about the chapter and the topics that are related to chemical bond. Right? From next class onwards, we should go through another important chapter, that is states of matter. Right.